In a significant shift within the Trump administration, Elon Musk's team has been granted access to the Treasury Department's federal payment system, a move that could reshape how government spending is monitored and controlled. This access, authorized by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, empowers Musk's representatives to scrutinize and potentially limit disbursements, a development that has sparked both intrigue and concern among lawmakers and analysts alike. The decision to provide this access follows a contentious episode involving David Lebryk, a career civil servant at the Treasury who had resisted Musk's push for entry into the payment system. After a standoff, Lebryk was put on leave and subsequently retired, raising questions about the internal dynamics within the department and the broader implications of Musk's increasing influence in government operations. According to sources familiar with the situation, the access was granted to members of the so-called Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE) after they completed government background checks and obtained necessary security clearances. Critics have expressed alarm over the potential for misuse of this access. Senator Ron Wyden, the leading Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, cautioned that any politically motivated interference in the payment systems could jeopardize the integrity of government operations. To put it bluntly, these payment systems simply cannot fail, and any politically motivated meddling in them risks severe damage to our country and the economy, he stated, highlighting the sensitive nature of the information involved, particularly concerning Social Security and Medicare payments. Musk, who has been given considerable leeway by President Trump to pursue aggressive cost-cutting measures, has been vocal about his dissatisfaction with current government payment practices. He recently criticized the Treasury for not doing enough to reject fraudulent claims, suggesting a desire for a more stringent oversight mechanism within the payment system. This initiative aligns with Musk's broader goal of enhancing efficiency across federal agencies, a mission that has seen his team demanding access to various governmental data and systems. While the Treasury Department is responsible for processing over $5 trillion in payments annually, the access granted to Musk's team has not yet translated into operational capabilities. No payments have been blocked thus far. The Treasury's traditional approach has been to rely on individual agencies to ensure the propriety of their payments rather than centralizing that responsibility with a smaller group of officials. As the stakes rise, the implications of this decision could extend far beyond budgetary constraints. The potential for conflicts of interest is palpable. Given Musk's extensive business interests that intersect with various government contracts and payments, this situation presents a complex landscape that could challenge the integrity of federal financial systems. Looking ahead, the coming months will reveal whether Musk's access to the Treasury's payment system will lead to significant changes in government spending practices or whether it will incite further political controversy. As the administration continues to grapple with the intersection of business and government, the scrutiny of such partnerships will likely intensify, demanding transparency and accountability to safeguard the interests of the public. In a significant move that raises questions about the intersection of government efficiency and political influence, Elon Musk's team, operating under the Department of Government Efficiency (DOGE), has gained access to the U.S. Treasury's federal payment system. This access, granted by Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, allows Musk and his representatives to monitor and potentially limit government expenditures, a development that has sparked concern among lawmakers and critics alike. The decision to provide Musk's team with this access comes amid a backdrop of controversy. Just days before the access was granted, there was a standoff between Musk's representatives and David Lebryk, a respected career official at the Treasury who opposed the request. Following this clash, Lebryk abruptly resigned, a move that many have interpreted as a direct consequence of the ongoing tensions within the department. This incident highlights the increasing influence of Musk's initiative, which has been empowered by the Trump administration's agenda to streamline government operations and reduce spending. Musk's team is now positioned to scrutinize the payment processes that manage over $5 trillion disbursed annually, including critical programs such as Social Security and Medicare. The implications of this access are profound, as it could enable political operatives to exert influence over payments approved by Congress, which may lead to significant administrative changes. While Musk has publicly criticized the Treasury for not rejecting payments he deems fraudulent, his allies have yet to take operational control over the system or block any payments, according to sources familiar with the situation. Critics of the administration have expressed alarm at this development. Senator Ron Wyden, the senior Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, voiced his concerns in a letter to Secretary Bessent, stating that any politically motivated interference in the payment systems could jeopardize the economy and critical government functions. Wyden emphasized that the integrity of these systems is paramount, warning that Musk's involvement poses risks given his business interests and potential conflicts of interest. Musk's push for efficiency is part of a broader strategy to cut billions from the federal budget, with estimates suggesting that up to $2 trillion could potentially be saved. His administration has already initiated significant staffing reductions across federal agencies, raising fears about the long-term implications for government efficacy and employee morale. As part of this initiative, DOGE has also sought access to data and systems from other federal agencies, although the Treasury's payment system remains the most critical due to its sensitive nature. While the motivations behind Musk's actions may stem from a desire for fiscal responsibility, the political ramifications are complex. The DOGE initiative, which initially included Vivek Ramaswamy before he left to pursue a gubernatorial campaign, underscores the administration's intent to reshape the federal landscape. However, as oversight mechanisms are weakened and experienced civil servants are sidelined, the potential for mismanagement or abuse of power becomes a pressing concern. As this story continues to unfold, the focus will remain on how Musk's team navigates its new responsibilities and whether the promised efficiencies will materialize without compromising the integrity of essential government functions. The coming months will likely reveal whether this unprecedented access leads to meaningful reforms or serves as a vehicle for political maneuvering within the federal payment system. The outcome will not only impact the administration's approach to government spending but also set a precedent for future interactions between private interests and public institutions. In a pivotal moment for Tesla, the first batch of Fremont-manufactured Juniper Model Y vehicles has officially arrived at Tesla stores, marking a significant milestone for the electric vehicle manufacturer. This development comes at a time when Tesla is navigating a complex landscape of market expectations and competitive pressures. While the arrival of these vehicles is a noteworthy achievement, it coincides with challenges that have recently impacted Tesla's stock price and investor sentiment. On February 1, 2025, Tesla's shares fell by 1.8% following the announcement of disappointing quarterly earnings, which reported earnings per share of 66 cents, falling short of analysts' expectations of 74 cents. This decline in stock value was exacerbated by a notable drop in trading volume, with only 14.6 million shares changing hands, a staggering 79% decrease from the average volume. The company's net margin stood at 7.26%, with a return on equity of 10.54%, showcasing a need for improved financial performance. In the wake of these financial results, analysts have been reassessing their projections for Tesla. Robert W. Baird lowered its price target from $480 to $440 while maintaining an outperform rating. Conversely, HSBC set a more conservative price target of $124, reflecting a reduced rating. A consensus from investment analysts has emerged showing a mixed outlook, with 9 sell ratings, 13 holds, and a mere 16 buy ratings. This sentiment indicates a cautious approach to Tesla's stock, especially in light of its current valuation metrics and average price-to-earnings ratio significantly higher than its competitors. Elon Musk, however, remains optimistic about Tesla's potential for growth, predicting that the company could one day surpass the combined market capitalizations of industry giants such as Apple, Nvidia, Microsoft, Amazon, and Alphabet. This bold projection hinges on what Musk describes as a $10 trillion opportunity. Primarily driven by advancements in autonomous vehicle technology and the development of the Optimus humanoid robot. Musk's vision aims to pivot Tesla's focus beyond electric vehicles, suggesting the company could leverage its expertise in artificial intelligence for a new generation of products and services. Despite this ambitious outlook, the core business of electric vehicles remains critical to Tesla's current revenue stream. In 2024, Tesla delivered 1.78 million vehicles, an insignificant decline from the previous year. This stagnation is attributed to a host of pressures, including rising competition and a softening demand for EVs. Musk has expressed a desire to shift focus towards the Cybercab, a fully autonomous taxi service, as a means to generate recurring revenue, positioning it as a cornerstone of the company's future business model. In a separate initiative to stimulate demand, Tesla is currently offering free paint protection film (PPF) wraps to buyers of the Foundation Series Cybertruck in the US and Canada. This promotion is coupled with lifetime free supercharger access, presenting buyers with nearly $10,000 in complimentary incentives. Such strategies are indicative of Tesla's efforts to boost sales amidst increasing competition in the EV market and to assure current customers that their investments are valued. As Tesla continues to navigate this multifaceted landscape of innovation, competition, and investor sentiment, the coming months will be crucial. The company's ability to execute on its ambitious plans, particularly regarding autonomous driving technologies and new product lines, will significantly influence its financial performance and stock valuation. Investors and market watchers alike will be keenly observing how Tesla balances its short-term challenges with its long-term aspirations. As the future of both the company and the broader EV market remains in a state of dynamic flux. On February 3, 2025, SpaceX is set to launch two significant missions from Florida's Space Coast, marking a momentous day for both the company and the future of satellite technology. The first launch will occur in the early hours, featuring the Falcon 9 rocket deploying 21 Starlink satellites. This mission, known as Starlink 12-3, is scheduled for liftoff at 3:54 a.m. Eastern Standard Time from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. Following that, in the evening, another Falcon 9 will carry the 5th and 6th Worldview Legion satellites into orbit from Kennedy Space Center at 6:32 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Starlink mission aims to enhance SpaceX's growing network of low Earth orbit satellites, which provide high-speed internet access globally. This particular launch is notable as it employs the Falcon 9 booster designated B-1069, which has already completed 20 successful flights, showcasing SpaceX's commitment to reusability and efficiency in space travel. If successful, this will mark the 108th landing of a SpaceX booster on the drone ship. Just read the instructions, and the 404th landing overall. The Worldview Legion satellites represent a leap forward in Earth observation capabilities. Built by SSL, these next-generation satellites will significantly improve Digital Globe's ability to capture high-resolution imagery essential for various applications ranging from urban planning to disaster response. As the demand for real-time data and analytics grows, the launch of these satellites will bolster the global efforts in monitoring and understanding our planet. SpaceX's launches are not just technical achievements, they are also cultural events. With the proximity of these launches to populated areas like Daytona Beach and New Smyrna, residents can look forward to potentially spectacular views. Weather permitting, local enthusiasts are eager to catch a glimpse of the rocket trails illuminating the sky, creating a shared experience that unites communities in awe of space exploration efforts. While the excitement surrounding these launches is palpable, it is essential to consider the environmental implications as well. Following the recent rapid unscheduled disassembly of SpaceX's Starship during its 7th test flight, experts have raised concerns regarding atmospheric pollution caused by rocket launches. Estimates suggest that the debris from the Starship explosion may have released significant amounts of nitrogen oxides and metal oxides into the atmosphere, raising questions about the long-term environmental impacts of increased space activity. As the frequency of launches continues to rise, the potential for air pollution from rocket emissions becomes an increasingly critical issue. Scientists are closely monitoring the atmospheric effects of both active launches and re-entries, especially concerning substances like alumina and nitrogen oxides that can harm the ozone layer and contribute to climate change. In summary, February 3, 2025 promises to be a pivotal day for SpaceX and the broader realm of space exploration. With the dual launches of Starlink and Worldview Legion's satellites, SpaceX is not only pushing the boundaries of technology but also shaping the future of connectivity and Earth observation. As these events unfold, the industry and the public alike will watch closely, not only for the thrill of the launch but also for the implications these advancements carry for our world and environment. The dialogue surrounding the sustainability of space activities will likely intensify, prompting further innovation in the pursuit of balance between exploration and environmental stewardship. In a significant development that could reshape the dynamics of government spending oversight. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent has granted members of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency DOGE access to the federal payment system. This move, which came at the end of a tumultuous week marked by internal disputes within the Treasury Department, has raised eyebrows among lawmakers and watchdogs alike. Musk's newly empowered team now holds a crucial tool that allows them to monitor and potentially restrict government expenditures, a power that could dramatically impact how federal funds are allocated. According to sources familiar with the situation, this shift occurred after a confrontation with David Lebryk, a long-standing Treasury official who had resisted Musk's representatives gaining this access. Following the standoff, Lebryk was placed on administrative leave and subsequently retired. The federal payment system is no small matter. It is responsible for disbursing more than $5 trillion annually, covering everything from Social Security payments to tax refunds. Historically, access to this system has been tightly controlled due to the sensitive nature of the data it handles. Critics are now voicing concerns that allowing political appointees into this domain could lead to improper interference in the allocation of funds that Congress has approved. Senator Ron Wyden, the top Democrat on the Senate Finance Committee, expressed alarm over the implications of this change, arguing that these payment systems simply cannot fail and any politically motivated meddling in them risks severe damage to our country and the economy. He highlighted potential conflicts of interest, noting that Musk's involvement could affect payments related to Social Security and government contracts, including those that compete with his own vast business interests. The broader initiative led by Musk is ostensibly aimed at reviewing the payment processes to weed out improper payments, a goal that aligns with the Trump administration's ongoing efforts to streamline government operations. However, the mechanics of this review remain opaque, and it is unclear how Musk's team plans to implement changes or what oversight mechanisms will be in place. While Treasury officials have indicated that any adjustments would undergo thorough review, the mere presence of Musk's representatives in such a sensitive area has ignited fears of politicization and inefficiency within the federal budget process. The implications of Musk's access extend beyond internal Treasury operations. As part of the DOGE initiative, Musk and his team are expected to push for similar access to other federal agencies. Although these departments do not control the flow of government funds in the same way the Treasury does. This could signal a broader shift in how government efficiency is conceptualized and executed under the current administration. In the face of mounting scrutiny, the Treasury Department and the White House have remained largely silent, with no official comments provided in response to inquiries about the rationale behind granting this access. The lack of transparency raises questions about the potential impacts on fiscal responsibility and the integrity of federal payments. As this situation unfolds, it will be crucial to monitor how Musk's team utilizes their newfound authority and whether this marks the beginning of a trend toward diminishing oversight in government expenditure. The consequences of these developments could be profound, not just for the administration but for the broader economic landscape as well. The coming weeks and months will likely reveal more about Musk's strategy and its implications for federal financial management. In a dramatic turn of events that underscores the tumultuous intersection of politics and oversight in the U.S. government, Phyllis Fong, the long-serving Inspector General of the U.S. Department of Agriculture (USDA), has been ousted following her refusal to comply with a dismissal order from the Trump administration. Fong's removal has ignited questions not only about the integrity of governmental oversight but also whether it is tied to ongoing investigations involving controversial entities like Elon Musk's Neuralink. Fong, who had dedicated 22 years to the USDA and was widely respected for her commitment to regulatory compliance and accountability, challenged the legality of her termination. According to reports, she asserted that the White House failed to follow proper legal procedures in her dismissal and cited the Council of the Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency (CIG) as backing her claims. In an email reviewed by Reuters, Fong stated the termination notices do not comply with the requirements set out in law and therefore are not effective at this time. Meanwhile, the White House dismissed her objections, labeling her and other dismissed officials as rogue partisan bureaucrats and justifying their removal as a necessary step toward promoting qualified individuals committed to upholding the rule of law. Fong's tenure as Inspector General was marked by significant oversight efforts, including investigations into animal welfare practices and food safety issues. Notably, her office initiated a probe into Neuralink, Musk's brain implant company, raising alarms about the ethical treatment of animals used in testing. The ongoing investigation into Neuralink has now been cast into uncertainty following Fong's dismissal, prompting concerns over the continuity and integrity of such critical reviews. The removal of Fong and others in a wave of dismissals deemed a Friday night purge by critics has drawn scrutiny from watchdog groups and raised alarms about the independence of federal inspectors general. Critics argue that such dismissals undermine the accountability structures essential for government transparency, particularly during an administration that has faced accusations of attempting to eliminate oversight mechanisms. Fong's career has been distinguished, including her role as the first chairperson of the Council of the Inspectors General on Integrity and Efficiency. Her investigations have ranged from monitoring the use of federal disaster relief funds to uncovering cases of animal abuse in research facilities. The implications of her ousting reach beyond personal career loss. They signal a possible erosion of institutional safeguards meant to protect public interest in government operations. As the USDA navigates the fallout from these dismissals, the future of crucial investigations remains in jeopardy. Observers are keenly watching how the agency will adapt to the changes and whether new appointments will prioritize transparency and accountability or follow a different agenda altogether. In a related yet separate development, Neuralink has made headlines with its latest technological advancements. The company recently showcased a demonstration of its brain implant technology, revealing that a user was able to control a robotic arm using only their thoughts. This demonstration raises questions about the ethical implications of such technology, particularly in light of Fong's investigations into the company's practices. With ongoing clinical trials and the expansion of its research into brain-computer interfaces, Neuralink stands at the forefront of a rapidly evolving field that could redefine the interface between technology and human cognition. As Fong's story unfolds, it serves as a reminder of the challenges facing oversight in a politically charged environment, particularly as the implications of emerging technologies like Neuralink's brain implants continue to resonate across various sectors. The intersection of politics, technology, and ethics will undoubtedly remain a focal point of discussion as stakeholders seek to ensure that accountability mechanisms are not only preserved but strengthened in the face of evolving challenges. The future developments will likely reveal whether the government can maintain the integrity of its oversight functions while navigating the complexities introduced by innovations in neurotechnology.